finally done. The draft is done. Broncos country, we're here to break it down. Woo. We'll tell you about the players who bring the power. This is horsepower.
Broncos country, what's going on? Hope you guys have had a great week. We got a lot to talk about. We'll lead with Marvin Mims, but we got a lot of different fun items for you today. Be sure to get in the chat. You guys help make this special. Let us know your thoughts, your questions, and hit the subscribe button, not only for the channel that you're on, but everybody else. Links should be in the descriptions, guys. And lastly, this video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Use that code HMA. When you play 5, you'll get 50. We'll go through one earlier or later today. But, guys, it's good to have the gang back. We got Mark of Marky Sports, Kodiak of Kodiak Broncos Podcast, and Jeremy from Broncos Unbridled. Real quick, before we kind of get into the topic of today, one quick takeaway that I guess that we've had since last week when it comes to Broncos football. Hit us with it. We'll start with Mark, and we'll work our way around.
Well, my takeaway, I think, is I'm not nearly as worried about the Jonathan Cooper situation as I think I was prior.
Oh, okay.
I feel like now that the dust is settling a little bit, and once you realize just what Harvey Steinberg's done, to get players out of much worse situations. But when you really look at, there's a lot of holes in this story. It's a very like there's a lot of back and forth, right? Because when you heard what the nurse that checked out the girlfriend of Jonathan Cooper said, that was really concerning. But then the police report didn't say any of that, and it didn't really look like he violated any kind of orders, even though it originally said it. So I think there's a lot of holes in this story. I think we'll find out before camp. But I'm at the point now where I don't think this is going to go to trial. I think it's going to be cleaned up, addressed, fixed, and kind of finalized before camp. He probably still will get suspended, but yeah, I don't think it's as panic mode as it was prior to, maybe last week or the week before, where I was kind of like, man, maybe we should move on from this guy. So that's kind of my takeaway that I got from the week.
Okay. Yeah, I would assume 6-game suspension for him, but a lot of people brought up James Pierce. I forget. Did he get suspended for any of that stuff? Kodiak, Jeremy, do y'all know?
I don't remember. I don't think so. If he did, it probably had to have been minuscule.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, that will be a good one to keep an eye on, seeing if he's put on the commissioner's exempt list as all this stuff is getting figured out. Kodiak, what's a take you got since our show last week?
Well, one of the takes I have is that Tyler Onyedem is a very rich man. No, just kidding. My actual takeaway is, listen, guys, I know Mike Kliss is kind of at the tail end or the twilight of his career, as you guys might be able to say. And you know what? I was a part of this because I was one of the first people to quote tweet it. But guys, it was just a typo. Okay, we don't need to talk about Onyedem being a billionaire and talking about all his networks.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, I can't lie though. It was pretty funny that Mike Kliss did tweet out that Onyedem was a billionaire, but obviously we all knew what he meant. But yeah, now, once again, my favorite thing, I guess my takeaway, the main takeaway is that we will look for anything and everything to blow out of proportion, and it happened to be a Mike Kliss typo.
Dude, well said, man. Yeah, we only sign our contracts in billions now. Jeremy, give us a take you got.
Yeah, I guess to piggyback on kind of the Jonathan Cooper stuff, it's just nice to see, when one door closes or at least gets put on hold, another, maybe a window opens. Like I'm hearing great things about Jonah Ellis and some of these other guys coming up. So, I think sometimes these things provide opportunities for other people. And when you have opportunities, you need to seize those opportunities. So I'm happy to see that.
Definitely, man. Let's see, a take that I got, man. I'll be selfish with this one. If you're in the Discord, you've already seen it. Dude, we got Jake Plummer that's going to be coming on the show. Hopefully, like next week. Guys, Thank you. Thank you for tweeting him, for tagging him. The spamming eventually worked. So, yeah, we're going to have Jake Plummer on here to celebrate 5K. Thanks to, again, you guys pushing it out there. I think it's going to be fun. And, let me know if you guys got questions for him in the Discord. You can join using the membership button right there. And, I'll try and get to some of them, the best ones. I'm not sure how long I'll have them on here for, but I think that's going to be pretty great. Now, Cornbread saying right now I've been pumped for Jack Plummer. Denver Trav definitely inspired me to do a video on him today, and I think he would be an upgrade in our quarterback room. But I think we should get to today's topic, which Cornbread is saying, probably the biggest Marvin Mims fan that we have that's regularly in the chat with us, saying when Mims gets that contract, I want to see y'all eating cornbread in a glass of milk. That's the only way to eat cornbread. But let's go ahead, guys, and check out what Marvin Mims had to say recently just about his situation with Jalen Waddle coming into the fold during a contract year. And then we'll comment on this, courtesy of Zach Stevens.
This year?
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I think it'd be a huge peace of mind for me, just situation wise. But also, with me being Sean's first draft class and it being my contract year, it's gonna be me, Riley, Drew Sanders, Dale Skinner, Alex Forsythe, that whole draft class and undrafted guys, Jaleel, Nate Atkins. So it's kind of getting to the point where it's like you can't keep everybody, and I feel like especially as a draft class, and the classes after us have performed really well, and that's how you have really good scouts and a really good front office. So we'll see what happens, who they want to retain, who they want to keep. But at the end of the day, us as players, fans, you guys know they can't really keep everybody. So we'll see what happens. And but if this is my last year, I'm looking forward to it with these guys because I've had a great time here in Denver the past 3 years.
This year?
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I think it'd be
Interesting words there from Marvin Mims. And I guess I'll open up with this kind of question, guys. Marv isn't the guy to come out here and demand a trade. Sounds like, he's excited to be on the team again, but kind of can see the issues popping up when you're paying both Cortland Sutton and Jalen Waddle right now. Paying another wide receiver might be difficult. Do you think the Broncos should do right by Marvin Mims and consider trading him to a team in which he is going to be given a greater opportunity during a contract year? Or should they play hardball and keep him on the team, even if it is a minimized role? Mark, let's start with you and work our way around, man. I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I think you always got to do what's best for the team. As selfish as that sounds, you got to do what's best for the Denver Broncos. If you get a really good offer, you feel like it's the best thing for you, and then as a bonus, it's the best for Marvin Mims. That's great, but I don't think you enter it saying, hey, we're just gonna do the best by you and allow you to go get your opportunity. Like, he's still under contract, just like the rest of the guys are. It's not like he's gonna get any special treatment. I don't think he's deserved to get any kind of special treatment either. So I just feel like you got to play it out, and roll from there. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's any path that makes sense to get Marvin extended. I think it was Zach Stevens or somebody was saying maybe looking at the Rashid Shaheed contract is comparable. I don't think so at all, because I think Rashid Shaheed's been done a lot more as a receiver, and he's also an elite return guy. But even if that's the case, at 3 years, $51 million, it's obviously too much. I hope he gets every penny of that. That would be awesome for him. I just don't think it makes sense here. But you got to do what's best for the team, man, and just kind of roll with it and see where it goes.
Yeah. Kodiak, what would you do if you're George Payton here?
I'm exactly with Mark. Listen, it is a good idea, and it is a good story in theory to be like, okay, let's do right by this player. Let's send him somewhere where he will get a bigger opportunity in a contract year, but it doesn't change the fact that he's had 3 years of opportunity here to really make a splash. And honestly, he really hasn't in a way that I think a lot of us had hoped. What's up, Wyatt? Here's your shout out. But either way, so, but as far as Marvin Mims, you know what? We've talked a lot about Marvin Mims and whether or not we should extend him. Once again, the Rashid Shaheed deal, not even close to comparable in my opinion. Yes, receivers get overpaid on the open market. I can't see Mims getting a 3 for 51. But once again, as far as, should we send him somewhere? Would he get a bigger role, in a contract year? Maybe, but you can't bank on that. And I think it's more worth for the Broncos to keep him this year and go all in and put your chips all in, as opposed to what you could get for him in a trade and not reap the rewards until April 2027 in the draft. So yeah, that's my thinking on Marvin Mims.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Well said. Jeremy, where do you fall?
Yeah, I don't think that trading him somewhere is necessarily better for him than just staying right here hopefully winning a Super Bowl and then having his pick of wherever he wants to go for whatever contract he can get. So to me, that would be what I would want if I was him. That doesn't mean maybe he can work himself into a contract depending on, he's got a full season ahead of him. It's just he's just been one of these players that's just like, we really appreciate what he's done, but you're not like, nobody is like on board where it's like, we have to re-sign this guy because of just the room itself. So, and the comp value, if you just keep him and then he leaves on his own, is probably what you're going to get for him anyway. So to me, I would probably just keep him. Hopefully you can make a run. Hopefully you can win the Super Bowl, and then he's got great memories.
What do you think his value is in terms of a draft pick?
I can't imagine it more than a third. I mean, the returning ability obviously helps, but I can't see getting a first or second rounder for him.
But but in terms of like a comp pick, like,
a comp pick. I mean, there you could probably get like a fourth.
So I actually looked this up not too long ago, and the guys that go around for like $12 million a year, which is what Marvin Mims I think will go for in the open market, is like a fifth rounder.
okay.
Yeah, and it's also offset. Like if we go out and spend money and sign somebody else, it just offsets that. So, I mean, like trading them before, you guarantee get that pick, whereas a comp pick is subject to if you're going to spend money or not. Which this year
we're not going to do that, thank God, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting in that quote though that he knew every single person that was up for a contract. He literally listed every single guy. So
yeah.
He's very well aware that there's a lot of mouths to feed.
Exactly. And he didn't even mention Palcha, who got a 2-year extension from that UDFA pool. But he was talking about, JL Skinner and Nate Atkins and Jaleel being the reason that he may not get an extension. No, I'm playing. But yeah, no, that was funny.
Yeah, Alex Forsyth. Yeah, this is probably the last year with him on the squad. Yeah, as long as these guys aren't distractions, which I don't think they will be, I think it does make sense to just try and have the best team you can possible. But, to Dak's point here, I'll bring this up. He's saying Colby Katzis is the replacement for Mims as a kick return, punt returner. And then we have Waddle and Harvey that could do a lot of that, what Mims could bring to the offense in the past. And yeah, you guys keep an eye out on Cam Ross, Colby Katzis. Man, who's the guy that we signed again from the UFL team?
Sean Fresh.
Yeah, Sean Fresh. So we brought in 3 returners this offseason. I can't wait to see what they do during the preseason. But, Mark, I know that you were talking a little bit before we started the show just about Waddle's role and some, things in which, they've talked about Jalen Waddle last week in terms of how he's going to be used. I'd love for you to kind of summarize that and talk about your thoughts on how his role might change a little bit, both Waddle's and Mims.
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much that Waddle's role is going to change. It seemed like they're using him doing everything, man. All the things that they would have Marvin Mims do out of the backfield, a lot of the stuff coming in motion, maybe some handoffs and stuff out of the backfield. They had Jalen Waddle doing that, and you would assume that he could do all those things, a lot better, especially the receiver stuff, right? And so I think that just makes it even more difficult to find a role for Marvin Mims. Again, I love Marvin, but this is such a crowded room that's had so many question marks until Jalen Waddle got here. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be so exciting to see how they utilize Jalen Waddle. But then again, you got to think about it. Like the only person that realistically, God forbid, if there was an injury to Jalen Waddle, he got hurt, right? The only realistic option that you feel like, oh, this guy could probably replace at least exactly what that skill set is Marvin, but he hasn't really done it to this point in his career anyway. So it's kind of like you're just hoping for something to happen rather than actually seeing it. But that's my biggest camp storyline going into camp is I can't wait to see Jalen Waddle, and I feel like we're really excited about it, but the excitement's not going to really fully kick in until the fans are out there seeing him run routes and catch balls from Bowen and company. So
yeah, Jeremy, Kodiak, y'all got any thoughts on Jalen Waddle's role coming up? No.
I mean, I think it's going to be what they, is advertised. You trade that much for him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to definitely be the focal point. I've been watching a lot of World Cup, and some of these like superstars, what they do so well is they take so much attention away from the defense that it opens it up for everybody else. And I think that's what Waddle can do for like players, like Cortland or for Pat Bryant or for Franklin or Mims. So I think that's another thing is just having him out there will, just the threat of having him out there, will really open up some other stuff too. So
Yeah.
I think that's exciting.
Yeah, I love how Davis Webb comped him to having an impact on Bo Nix, similar to what Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen. And I think, again, when you spend that sort of draft capital on him, I assume an extension is going to be coming soon, but he's, you're still paying him a good amount of money here for the future. You're going to try and involve him in the play as often as you can. So I don't really think it's like any of us want us gone, but want Mims gone, but you can kind of see the writing on the wall there. I get to a few of the comments here, David talking about just a thought, how many years, like 2 or 3 to really learn Sean's offense. And here's the thing. I think, Kodiak, you've talked about it, man. Talk about this a little bit more. Mims has had his opportunity here to cement himself as a guy getting the extension and hasn't exactly come to fruition.
Well, yeah. So we've talked about this a lot this offseason, but real quick, my thoughts with this are, okay, listen, I understand that a lot of us want to see more Marvin Mims. And as far as like, I think the Buffalo game, that was kind of where I was at the point where I'm just like, okay, what has this staff been doing the past 2 or 3 years? Because we have seen a lot of terrible weapons utilized heavily in the passing game. And then I know that it's easy to be like, well, where's Marvin, when he's making all these plays, but he just doesn't have the trust of the coaching staff. And it's just the unfortunate reality of the situation. And it's not like, I think a lot of the hate towards Marvin Mims is extremely overblown. Like a lot of he's lazy, he gives up on routes, completely unfair generalization based off one game last year. But even then, like, what, it's up to the coaching staff to, ask themselves, how is the best opportunity to deploy him? And they just haven't found a creative way to get him involved consistently. Now he has the clutch factor, he has everything, but once again, this isn't he doesn't know the offense or he hasn't learned the offense sort of thing, because there are plenty of guys who, you think about Sutton, who played the same position as Mims, first year with Russell Wilson, man, he looked absolutely great. But yeah, so yeah, once again, a lot of people talk about the limited route tree, and I understand that, it's hard because both sides have ammo. I think it's like Riley Moss on offense, but an offensive version. Both sides have ammo, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jeudy is the same thing, where we expected him to be getting fed all kinds, and then for whatever reason he doesn't. And then the people that don't like Jerry Jeudy have a bunch of reasons why, and the people that love Jerry Jeudy think the coaching staff is out of their mind. And so it is interesting. And then you get someone like Pat Bryant, who you're like, okay, this guy we thought was going to be like a later round pick. He's going to work himself in. And then once that middle of that season, he got healthy, they were like first pass, second pass, third pass of the game. They're looking for Pat Bryant. So you're like, okay, they definitely aren't feeling that way about him. So it is interesting to see who they kind of target, because it's pretty obvious, actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Marvin sometimes gets forgotten about, but then in the clutch moment, they're like, oh yeah, there's Marvin, throw it to him. And then he makes a big play. And then you're like, why haven't you been doing this? So that's what's the frustration, I think, is the fact that he has delivered when called upon, but why hasn't he been called upon more?
Yeah.
He only delivers when it's clutch moments. So we'll just be sure to throw him out there on a return or on a pass play whenever it's a close game, I guess, but I want to see him finish out this year here. And I mean, we'll just see what happens, man. We've gone into final years of contracts with plenty of guys in which we didn't know if they would be extended, and then they end up surprising. How about Garrett Bowles, right?
Totally.
Yeah, that's a great example.
And then he's been like an all-pro, Pro Bowl guy like ever since. So Marv still has time to figure it out, but it's probably going to be his toughest test yet. Guys, I wanted to move on to this question about camp and hear your thoughts. We'll start with Jeremy and work our way around. But, of course, John Franklin Myers is out of here. We have a handful of defensive linemen kind of that have been brought back or brought in to help fill his void. If you had to make a prediction right now, who is starting in place of him, let me hear your case for a player and why. Well, Jeremy, we'll start with you.
I would have to say, man, I think it's going to be committee. There's not going to be one person that's going to just do it. I think Malcolm Roach on early downs, and it's probably going to be, say like Savion Jones or somebody else in the later downs. So I think it won't be one guy. I know that's kind of a cop out, but I just think that he's not the type of player that to be honest, he only played 40% of the snaps anyway. So I think Roach is going to get the most snaps. I think he's going to get the most opportunities. So I'll say him, but I think it will be committee for sure.
Kodiak?
Well, I think, Jeremy is right. But as far as, the guys behind Roach, because, Roach has already been like I would say, key-ish piece of our rotational D-line depth. So as much as I would like to say him, man, I don't know why. There's just something in me that thinks Onyedem is really far ahead so far. And here's why. First of all, you saw Savion last year. You saw him on, I don't know how many plays. It was like 30 or 40. Got to be honest, didn't really love what we saw. I know that they're very conservative with deploying rookies. But if you look at a lot of the stuff that from his rookie year, he has a lot to work on. Okay, maybe a full year in an NFL strength and conditioning program, maybe that could do him really solid. But I think we're all forgetting that, he played edge in college. He was a really oversized edge. He moves to the interior and he's still learning a new position, which go figure, Vance Joseph, trying to use players at a new position. But I don't know, man. There's just something in me that thinks that Onyedem is they just really like the kid. There's, apparently he was one of the 6, 7, or 8. Sean Payton said after the draft that they really liked at pick 62. And yeah, overall, he has great length. He has a very, very quick first step. And overall, I think, in the Rocky Mountains, we like our light trenches and we like our violent, quick first step guys. And I think Onyedem has that along with, 34-inch arms and really explosive get off. I think that's just going to translate really well to the way our D-line plays.
Dude, well said. I love the case for Tyler Onyedem. Mark, you suggested this topic, I believe. Who are you? Yeah,
probably. I was just throwing out a bunch of topics. I surprisingly think it's going to be Ioma Wazirike, who's going to be the main guy that's probably going to replace him. Here's why. Malcolm Roach is, I think, like the best of the bunch, like the best player. But I feel like they love utilizing him in that rotational role, like in very specific situations, because he's so good at defending against the run. But he can also get against the quarterback. But like against the run, he's very, very elite there, and they use him in several packages. And when I did this deep dive earlier in the offseason, I'd noticed that they would usually put John Franklin Myers, and they would usually line him up over tackle, like a little bit more wide to get like more pass rush presence. And then on some of the rundowns, they would usually put in Malcolm Roach or Ioma Wazirike. A lot of the times it was Wazirike, but those guys would be more like interior guys that could stop the run. But I think they like Ioma a lot, man. I think that they like his traits. Like he brings from a body type standpoint and from an athleticism, like that he's the most similar to what John Franklin Myers could bring. And I feel like in a full-time role, he could be really good. I mean, he had 4 sacks last year. He only played like 90 less snaps than John Franklin Myers did, believe it or not. So he's really kind of an ascending player in that role. But they use him everywhere, man. But I feel like if they finally find a home with him, he could be really good, and that would give them the flexibility to be able to use Malcolm Roach, in the spots where they feel like they can put him best to thrive. Because it's not, in the NFL, it's not always like, oh, Malcolm Roach has been really good as a rotational guy, so now as more of a full-time player, even though it wouldn't technically be full-time, but like in a more full-time role, we just assume that they're going to be better, but that's not always the case. And so I think I'm gonna put my eggs in a basket for Ioma Wazirike. But dude, Tyler Onyedam's going to be a lot of fun. That's probably the number one position that I'm most excited to watch in camp. I'm curious what you guys think about that, but I cannot wait to see that rotation and just how these guys are all looking.
Good on you for betting on a Wazirike.
Yeah. I see what
He
you
bet
did.
on himself. We know that.
Legal betting on him.
Now that's interesting, Mark. I'm glad you've brought up Wazirike because the team has been really vocal about him. And then, of course, like all the guys that like cover the team that are there, at minicamp in person, they've talked very glowingly about him too. So although my bet right now is that I'd probably go with Malcolm Roche, but man, I'm starting to believe in the Wazirike hype, Mark. You're convincing me there. And he's in a contract year right now too. And he's a guy that could find himself getting a huge payday this year if he builds off of what he did last year. So, yeah, if he wants to get paid like JFM, the opportunity is wide open for him to do that this year and earn that. So, really great answer. Yeah, we haven't heard really anything on Savion Jones.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I'm worried about him. He needs to get so much stronger. He's got so much talent, but the only thing I was really worried about with him, he was an edge. Like they used him at edge at LSU, even though he's a very big edge player. Mm-hmm. And you can see that transition is tough for him. But by all accounts, he seems like a really hardworking dude. So, we'll see once the pads actually come on. We'll be able to see where what kind of strides he's taken.
And let's not forget about Jordan Jackson, who recently was coined as the Lucas Kroll of the defense by Cecil Lammey. And I thought that was so offensive to Jordan Jackson.
It is. That's very offensive to Jordan Jackson, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's a compliment coming from Cecil because he loved Kroll. Because remember, he was just like, is Kroll the best player out here? And Sean was like, slow down.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how Cecil meant that, but
yeah,
that's kind of cold, man.
If it would have been anybody else but Cecil, it would be like disrespect. But the fact that he said it makes it sound like it's a compliment.
I know. I was like, Cecil, nobody's going to take it that way. You just said he's Lucas Kroll of the defense. It's like the biggest insult ever.
I was about to say, did he mean to compliment him or diss him? Did he mean to compliment or diss Jordan Jackson?
He was complimenting him. He's like, and then we got Jordan Jackson.
I was about to say, because you should see what all these people are saying about Lucas Kroll. I mean, Cortland Sutton's not a fan of it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, he was like, Jordan Jackson's the Lucas Kroll of the defense. He's going to be saying, I dare you to cut me. I dare you to cut me. It was like, dang.
All right, so it's a compliment.
Yeah.
I think what he's referring to...
I think it's easy to cut Lucas Kroll, but I actually like Jordan Jackson when he plays. He actually does things when he plays.
I think remember what the whole thing is he said Lucas Kroll looked the best in the offseason program. So he must be saying Jordan Jackson right now is looking really good in the offseason.
I forget, was the Lucas Kroll thing 2 years ago or was it just last year?
No, it was 2 years.
2024, yeah. That was the year Dulcich was coming back, and everyone was hyped about Dulcich, and that didn't go anywhere either.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, guys. Well, before we move on to a fun segment that Mark is going to lead here, I got to give a huge shout out, as always, to Prize Picks, their sponsor of the show. Be sure to use that code HMA when you sign up. When you play $5, you'll get $50 instantly that you can put towards other lineups. That's great. Guys, we're going to do just a very quick 4-pick combo. Week 1. This is week 1 of the NFL season. So we'll just choose from some of the popular ones. I'll kick us week 1 of the NFL season. I'll kick us off here, man, with Christian McCaffrey going above 1 touchdown against the LA Rams on Thursday Night Football. Mark, we'll have you pick next.
Oh, this is week 1?
Yeah. Way early.
All right. Oh, who's no, it's not going to do that. Let's do we'll do Jamar Chase more than one touchdown
Dude, amazing.
or one or more. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Kodiak.
Go back to the first row. I really like that CD over. Really like that CD over. Giants defense. Cowboys always lay it on the Giants week one, whenever they play. So I gotta imagine Dak's going for at least 400 that game, and CD's gonna be the beneficiary.
You got that right. All right, Jeremy. Wrap it up for us.
Give me Caleb Williams over. I think he'll probably have a big opening because they'll gush. I mean, they're just waiting for him to just show something so they can be like, Bo Nix who? Caleb Williams is the best of all time. He's on the cover of Madden. So yeah,
Well,
I think
he's gonna destroy the Carolina Panthers. Sorry, Panther fans. All right. Thanks to Prize Picks for sponsoring the show. Mark, let's get to this game, man. Should be fun.
All right, so we're gonna start gamifying it, guys. I'll do my best to try to explain this, but I was looking into like Chat GPT earlier to figure out what the name of this was, and it's similar. I guess it has a lot of different names. Some people call it like generally known as like a category game. Other people call it deduction game. I don't know what it is, but anyways, essentially, or Zendo is another one, but whatever. Essentially, I'm going to be thinking about a topic in my head, right? So let's just say, for example, the topic is, Denver Broncos on the Ring of Fame, right? But you guys don't know my topic, but I'm thinking about that in my head. Then you're going to start randomly throwing out Denver Broncos, and I'm either going to say yes or no. And that's going to allow you to like start deducting things. You start to put a little list of like, okay, these guys, what do they all have in common? And then you try to guess the topic. Does that all make sense?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's
guessing
kind of
the
like
category.
Jeopardy in a way.
Kind of. Yeah, exactly. But you got to know like the category without.
It's like the reverse Jeopardy. Yeah,
exactly.
you have the answer.
So,
you don't have the category.
we definitely need a lot of you guys in the chat too. Nobody here knows any of my categories, and if you guys think of any, please by all means you can run it because I'm probably gonna run out of some. But we're gonna start it off a little bit easier. All right, and so I'm gonna go ahead. Let me just think. I have a couple different topics, but I wanted to start with an easier one. Let's see. All right, go ahead. You guys can start listing it off.
Now, is this current Denver Broncos or current and former Denver Broncos?
Let's do current.
Okay.
Let's start off with current.
Okay. All right. Patrick Surtain.
No.
Bo Nix.
No.
Jalen Waddle.
No.
Okay.
That's kind of fun. What is it?
Drew Sanders.
No.
Let's go. Riley Moss.
No.
Adam Troutman.
No.
Alex Singleton.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We have a target.
Okay. So let's
White
go. Justin Sherrod.
No.
Okay.
Dondre Tillman.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got
Jaleel
it.
McLaughlin.
Yes.
I know the question.
I think
What
I
is it?
know
Go
too.
ahead.
Who was undrafted?
Good job. There you go. Perfect. So we started off. So you guys got it. Y'all nail it.
All right.
You get it? Do any of you guys have a topic you want to go with?
No.
No, but let me think.
You guys can do. I have another one if you want to go. This is
Yeah,
gonna be
go ahead.
all-time Broncos though. Okay, so we
Okay, all
can
time.
get
All
into
right.
like the all-timers.
Okay.
You guys are cool with that?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So y'all can roll, and obviously it'll still be like current and former, so not just former. But
Okay.
go for it.
Champ Bailey.
No.
Ryan Clady.
No.
Brandon Marshall, both of them.
No.
Terrell Davis.
No.
Danny Trevathan.
Nope.
Oh man, Jake Plummer.
Jake Plummer. No.
Ah,
This is tough. This is gonna be hard.
Okay.
Harder, not really hard, but
Rod Smith.
Rod Smith is a no.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's a no.
DT.
No.
John Lynch.
No.
Al Wilson.
No. This might take us to the top of the hour. We'll see. No, I don't think it will.
We
just
got to
gotta
go
hit
back
one.
farther.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
not necessarily.
Okay. We don't have to go back farther?
No.
Not
Okay.
necessarily.
Britton Colquitt.
Britton Colquitt. You know what? Hold on. I'm actually not even sure, bro. That's a really good. That's a really good one. Let me see something real quick. That's funny. Britton Colquitt, no.
Damn.
Forgot about his ass though.
DJ Williams.
No.
And you already said no to Al Wilson.
Peyton Manning.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's not Tennessee. 'Cause
Not
Al Wilson
Tennessee.
played it.
It's not Hall of Fame. So I said Champ Bailey.
Brian Dawkins.
No.
Oh,
Darian says Randy Gregory. No.
Teddy Bridgewater.
No.
Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna ask next.
Go for it.
Brock Osweiler.
No.
No.
Joel Dreesen.
Joel Dreesen. I don't think so. I'm like 90% it's a no, but let me just double check. I knew Kodiak was gonna throw like these random names
Yeah.
out. No. No, Joel
Okay.
Dreesen.
Brandon Stokely.
No.
Oh, I don't know what it is then.
Damn, this one's tough. All right.
John Elway.
No.
So being drafted by the Colts was not it. Thought that might have been it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's your guys' names?
Dude, they're on the
This guy's
screen,
in-
bro. They're on the
Probably why he's asking.
screen.
He's just trolling.
Kyle Orton.
Darian says players you brought in 2012. No. Kyle Orton. No. I would say
Oh, Brett Rippon.
no. You were thinking like who has family members that play in the NFL? I see where your mind was going.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good topic
That
for
was
later.
good. That was good.
Evan Mathis.
Evan Mathis. I don't think. No.
Really?
No, not Evan Mathis. I forgot. I actually loved Evan Mathis, bro.
We needed him.
He's the star for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you Brandon Marshall on this one? Either one?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not-
David said Durant Marshall, and both of them, and Mark said no to both.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, dude, we've already said so many guys who played for the Colts.
Yeah.
Right. Because he's so stoked.
Like Brandon Stokely.
Oh, and we said John Lynch, so it's not Hall of Famers that played here.
I said Champ
Other
Bailey.
teams.
And then Brian Dawkins. Yeah, you guys. I
And
think you guys were
Dawkins.
all kind of going that route.
It's not the SEC because Al Wilson's not on there.
It's not quarterbacks. It's not.
Oh, what about first round quarterbacks? Paxton Lynch.
You said John Owen.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did say John Elway.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not sure about Britton Colquitt, first round quarterbacks."
He had to look
Oh,
something up.
yeah.
He had to look something up. So it's something that's something.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I feel like I definitely know. You know, like 95% of the time, I'd be like yes right away. But like with Britton Colquitt, I'm like I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Like I don't really follow Britton Colquitt. You know.
Frank Tripucka.
No.
Oh, what about well, you already said Trevathan, wasn't it? Right?
Correct.
yeah.
Darian says Emmanuel.
Brandon McManus.
Brandon
Said
McManus, no. Emmanuel Sanders is a no.
He said they could also be current, so
Yeah,
I'll
let's
throw
put
out-
some current people.
I'll throw out current. Mike McGlinchey.
No.
Hmm.
I'll say this: they can be current, but
This one's
it's going to be a lot tougher to figure it out if you do current.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
Ed McCaffrey.
No.
Carl Mecklenburg.
Hold on. Ed McCaffrey's a yes.
Oh, all right.
Ed McCaffrey and Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Okay.
Ed
Eric.
McCaffrey went to Stanford. He was on 2 different teams.
Players with Liz Frank injuries.
Yeah, that would be Ryan Clady.
That'd be a funny ass topic too.
What about
Broken Bones.
Shannon Sharp?
Yes.
I know the question. Players who have won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos and another team.
Well done, David.
Nicely done.
Well,
Well done.
done.
Well done.
Very nice.
Surprised it took us that long for that. But
Yeah, that took us a long time.
I feel like you got to go into it without trying to think what the topic is.
yeah.
Like just name names and then you start to put it together because you feel like, because I feel like a lot of you guys were like immediately like, I think it's SEC. Let's see, if, or like college. Whereas if you just like splurt out names, they'll do it.
Right.
Who?
Okay.
It's obviously it's easier being on that side than one side. So
Who
if
else
one of you
did
guys
Cole
want to have
quit?
one, y'all want to go?
But didn't we say John Lynch? Didn't he? Oh no, he didn't win with us. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, who did Britton Colquitt win with?
He went with us. He was our punter. He just never won it again with another team. That's what I wanted to make sure. I was like, I don't know. That's why he was a no.
Oh, he was a no. Okay.
Yeah. But I was like, but let me double check and make sure that he was a no. And then, yeah, Ed McCaffrey. And then when you said that, I was like, oh, no, I think he did win with the Giants or with the Niners, right?
Yeah, he
before
did
us.
win with the Niners. Yep.
So, yeah.
So yeah, Shannon, dude, that was a really good one.
That was good. And Shannon Sharp, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I think I might have one. Give me a moment. Let's see here.
Random question. Do you guys think Evan Ingram makes it to week 1?
Darian said, who got another? I'm locked in now.
Yes. Because
Evan
who's
Ingram?
going to beat him out?
Yes.
Evan Ingram, do you guys think he makes it to week 1?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I got my topic.
Okay.
Current and
Current
past?
or all time?
Current and past.
Okay. Peyton Manning.
No.
No Sean Moreno.
Yes.
All right. Terrell Davis.
No.
Robert Ayers.
No.
Champ Bailey.
No.
All right. So I was thinking Georgia. Terrell.
All right. Darren Williams.
No.
Huh.
Who's
Okay.
cried on the field? That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. about
Paxton Lynch.
Who has really
Yeah,
thick
yeah,
tears?
Paxton Lynch.
Paxton Lynch.
No.
No. Okay. So we got
Actually, hold on. Paxton Lynch. No.
Willis McGahee.
Give me a second. Sorry, I need to check the computer here really quick. You said Willis McGahee?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm asking for a year by year of this list. Hold on. I do not see. I do not see Willis McGahee on this list.
Okay.
Olandis Gary.
No.
Monte Ball.
I think we might. Yes. He's on the list.
Guys who watch the Super Bowl from prison.
Is it?
I don't think he would have prison.
Is it guys who have won the Doak Walker Award?
No.
I was thinking one-hit wonders for running backs, but that would be Olandis.
I feel
So
like
who
it's
have I
close.
said yes to again?
You
Only-
said
Only Noshawn and Ball.
Noshawn and Monte Ball.
Monte Ball. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep
okay.
going.
I think I maybe. Let me see.
All right. Well, damn. Maybe we're too fixated on running back.
No, I think no. I think I
Um,
maybe have it, but I don't know.
Let's do CJ.
Bobby
Anderson.
Humphrey.
I'm gonna say no.
To which one?
Bobby Humphrey. What did you say, Mark?
CJ Anderson.
Let me check. CJ Anderson. I'm gonna say no.
So is Noshawn and who was the other one?
Monte Ball.
Monte Ball.
Yeah, CJ's a no.
And Peyton Manning was a no too.
Yeah.
I was thinking 2013 Super Bowl run players.
Damn.
This is a fun one.
Ronnie Hillman.
No.
The hell do Monte Ball and Noshawn? They went to different colleges. They wore different numbers.
Damari Mathis is a no.
Darian says Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon is on the list. Yes. Okay.
This does have to be. This does have to do with the Bronco running backs getting arrested, I think.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
So Kodiak was almost right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I wanted to tell him.
As soon as you said that, Mark, I
What
What
was
the
like,
hell did
that's
Noshawn
totally
get
it.
arrested for, though? Was it DUI?
Noshawn got a DUI in, according to ChatGPT. He had a DUI arrest in 2012. So if I just asked the ChatGPT if you've ever been arrested and played for the Denver Broncos. So there were some other notable players on here. Mark Jackson, including fraud-related convictions. I didn't know about that. Of course, DJ Williams, had some things. Travis Henry, arrested in a federal cocaine trafficking case after his Broncos tenure.
So is this just like players in general have been arrested?
Yeah, that I played for the Broncos.
Oh,
Okay, it wasn't running
we just
backs
happened to knock out the running backs. That got it.
Yeah, it was like all of our running backs have like DUI related arrests.
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall, several off-field incidences, including a DUI charge.
Jonathan Cooper.
Yeah, Jay Coop was already put on this list.
Yeah.
Bradley Chubb. If you remember this, he was arrested on a failure to appear warrant tied to traffic citations.
Oh, so same as Von Miller.
Yeah, Vaughn.
Oh, yeah, Vaughn. Yeah, Vaughn was on that for that same thing. So you could have said Von Miller. Who else have we got on here that was interesting? Shiloh Ko had a DUI arrest. Carlos Henderson arrested for marijuana back when that still happened.
Who was the dude that beat somebody's ass at DIA?
Oh, it was the coach, right?
No, Brandon Langley.
No, but it was a player. Brandon Langley.
Brandon Langley. Yep. Pac-Man Jones.
I don't think he got arrested for that, though, did he?
I don't think so. He just whooped somebody's ass, though.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Chad Kelly, you could have said, of course.
No.
I like it. All right. Yeah,
That's
see,
a good
it's so
one.
much different because you start thinking, your brain just starts going. I'm sitting there like thinking Georgia Bulldogs. And
Yeah,
it's
me
like, no,
too.
and then-
Well, that
You
was
can't
pretty much
help it.
synonymous with being arrested nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy. Man, it's crazy. But that was a funny one, man. You guys mentioned all three except Travis Henry.
Yeah.
The other three running backs that have been arrested playing for the Broncos. That's funny.
Shout out
Terrell
to Darian.
Davis
He
got
said
escorted
Melvin
off a
Gordon. When they
plane.
said Melvin, I was like, that's it. He nailed it.
Yeah.
Did Melvin get 2 while he was here? I can't remember.
Dude, you remember how he was like so damn faded? He couldn't even like speak or talk or recollect anything.
No, I don't.
Harvey Weinstein, whatever the hell his name is, the Jonathan Cooper's got him out of that.
Yeah. Oh, he's legit.
Like, dude's a gangster. He's like, yeah. He's like Harvey.
You
from
got
Lincoln
problems. Give him a call.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. He's like Saul Goodman,
Yeah.
Very
He's
similar.
just on it.
but better.
I've no
Do you guys have one? Do we want to try one more here in 6 minutes?
Yeah, do one more if anybody's got one.
Well, I don't have one. I was asking y'all.
I feel like Kodiak's got one.
I don't have anything fun. I would just be like, Nate Adkins, Lucas Kroll, tight ends we should cut.
Yeah.
All of them.
I think I could probably cook one up real quick. Not
Yeah,
not
cook
make
one
it
up.
too tough. But
Yeah,
maybe
cook
we can
one
also
up.
save it for next time if you guys want to, because it might
I
take
could-
a while.
I could give you one too, actually.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Peyton Manning.
No.
Von Miller.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Terrell Davis.
No.
Demarius Thomas.
Say no.
You're gonna say no, or is it a no?
No. This one's slightly subjective, but
Oh, I like that. Okay. Chad Bailey.
no.
Garrett Bowles.
No.
Oh, sorry. Are these current or former or both?
All time. Could be current.
Shannon Sharp.
Nope.
Bo Nix.
Darian got it.
Future
good.
Hall of Famers.
You got it. I got to give it to him. That was it. Guys in my head, it was guys who deserve to be in the Hall of Fame but aren't.
Gotcha.
So that's
Yeah.
why Vaughn counts.
So you don't
But
think
see-
DT deserves to be in the Hall of
DT
Fame?
deserves to be.
I
in
don't
there.
think so. I don't think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Ring of Fame, 100%. Hall of Fame, I don't think so.
If
Well,
you
we-
look at some of the Hall of Fame receivers and you compare their stats with Demarius, not even close.
Man, Demarius just had a shorter career like TD did. If we make a strong enough case, I bet eventually we could get him in.
Yeah.
See, I would say PS2 is a no right now because if his career stopped right now, he would not make the Hall of Fame, but he's on the trajectory. But I'm thinking like if you would have said like Mike Shanahan, yes. If you would have said like Carl Mecklenburg, yes. But
Told you
guys who are
once.
already in, yeah, Darian got it.
I
There he
think
was
PS2 is I don't know, he got Defensive Player of the Year. It's pretty good.
Oh, I mean, he maybe has to do like 2 more seasons, but like without a ring to get that short of a career, you need like rings attached or like that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where
I'd
like
say,
Terrell Davis
I'd say
got in.
trajectory wise, he's
Trajectory 100%. Yeah. I would say
Yeah, I
Rod Smith deserves it. But part of the reason why Rod Smith deserves it is because he was undrafted, and that adds to it, in my opinion. But like, if you just look at the numbers, you can figure out a way to keep him out, I guess. But he's got the rings. He's got almost everything you need.
He just should have played one more season, man. Because isn't he just shy of like 1,000 catches?
He's like so close to it. Yeah, 1,000 catches.
Dude, he needs to suit up. Get him to suit up week 17,
Smith?
dude. Let's get him those 1,000 catches.
Let's give him some screens. Give him
Yeah.
those 1,000 catches.
They better
Yeah,
not tackle him.
I mean, how do you? Well, no, right? You talking about Rod Smith?
Yeah, have him suit up.
He has 849 catches.
Okay,
He needs
so
he
100
needs 151.
he would die on his way to.
Never mind. I thought he was at 900 something.
I thought he was
No.
too for some reason. Yeah. What is he at? What receiving yards? He's close on something.
He's under 10,000. He's close to 10,000 receiving
Yeah,
yards.
I think that's what it was.
No, he's over 11,300. I think you guys might be thinking of didn't Peyton Manning finish with 399 career touchdowns?
No, he got. I thought he got it.
No, he got 400, didn't
He
he?
got over 4.
Or no,
Wait,
it was
I was-
Elway that got 300 in like his last game or something.
Didn't he
Something
get
weird. Like that.
500?
I was about to say, I was at the
Chiefs-
game where he threw 509 to DT against
That's
the
right.
49ers.
Yeah, no.
So
yeah.
maybe I'm thinking about John Elway's stats.
Elway got 300, I
Oh,
believe.
he got 300 on the nose, dude.
Yeah, on the nose.
That's crazy. There was somebody that I remember, and I was like, damn, he was one short. That sucks.
Right.
But I forgot who it was. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, no, that was fun. Maybe we'll keep it rolling. Darian was locked in, man. He was ready to go on this one.
Dude, this was pretty fun, man. Yeah, we gotta keep Horsepower Hour gamified. I feel like until we get to training camp, guys.
That's a
So
good idea.
be sure to smash that like, subscribe to all the channels. Links are in the descriptions, and hit that bell for notification. That way you know when we drop content, and you know when this Jake Plummer interview is happening on my channel, guys.
Let's go.
Man, it's going to be great. Before we wrap up, Mark Kodiak, let us know you got any videos that people need to keep their eyes out for.
Kodiak, what you got?
Well, not anything I have planned at the moment, but once again, make sure you hit me up on Twitter because I have been cooking over there this entire offseason. Feels like every day I just tweet out some random thing and it's blowing up. So yeah, just make sure that you are following me on Twitter because I'm having a ball interacting with you guys over there.
Let's freaking go. Mark?
Yeah, I mean it's always kind of a status quo for me on the channel, man. It's we'll obviously break all the news, but definitely getting into like the closer we get to camp, the more we'll film review players. We'll talk about the 53-man roster predictions, all that good stuff. So maybe I'll have some kind of game trivia style videos that I start putting up as well because I do enjoy doing that. But yeah, always stay locked in, man. We're always having a good time talking about whatever.
That sounds great. Guys, I appreciate you again. I'll be back again tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Drop a like on the way out. Go Broncos.
It's finally done. The draft is done. Broncos country, we're here to break it down. Woo! We'll tell you about the players who bring the power. This is horsepower.